What's up, everyone? Get ready for a great show. We got some great stuff to talk about. Stay tuned. I got the man, the myth, the legend, Larry Bruce in the building. And you guys know what time it is. It's DealerCast 2.0. Hey, everyone. What's going on? Once again, Fred Lenard, Subprime Hero. This is Car Guy Coffee Podcast, CGC Media, and we're presenting you DealerCast 2.0, of course, sponsored by PSX Digital and Moto IX. And we got the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only.
More myth than anything.
Bruce in the building. What's going on, my friend? How you doing?
What's happening, brother? Probably a lot more myth than anything.
brother, I think the numbers in the data tells a little different story, my friend. I've seen what you've done in the market. I've seen the stuff that you brought, and then the myth is there, but there's some real legend
is there. We got to get to legendary status. Exactly. We're working towards legendary status.
That's what we're working on right now. I think we're moving there quickly, my friend, and we appreciate you. I appreciate the show, man. I'm excited. Folks, before we go anywhere, I need you all to make sure you need to tag a car guy, tag a car gal, and share. Get this out there. Let's make sure that we get some people in here. All the comments are always welcome. We do have the first one that just popped in and says, "What up, my peeps?" Facebook user. Hey, type your name in there. We're not sure who it is. I'll like to throw you a shout out, but thanks for joining us. Share this out. Let people know that we got some great information for you all. We've been talking about some really great stuff. Stan, share. What's up, Stan? Thank you so much, brothers. Thank you.
Stan.
Dude, you gotta love some Stan, dude. That dude's wild. He's always out there doing some stuff.
Been around a while.
He has been around a while, definitely, and we appreciate you, Stan. Thanks for your viewership.
I love the old car people. The old car people.
Yeah, they've seen it. They know what it's like.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of things these days, Larry, where people joined the business in the last 4 or 5 years, and they are experts all of a sudden, and I'm like, you don't even know at all. But it's okay. Hey, I'm okay with that. I think that it's all perspectives matter. They do, and they bring in some great perspectives. But Larry, we've seen some things, and I know you've seen some things too. And that's why this show is important, folks. We're not just talking about what happened in the last 4 years. We know what's going on in automotive. We've seen it. We know there's always shifts and there's changes and there's processes, but we also know there's technology today that really help us do what we did in the past, but at a better pace and way easier. And I know Larry agrees with that. That's why he's doing what he's doing with the business and building the products that he's building for the business, because he understands that sales managers and salespeople need that assistance, and we need to make sure we give it to them good. So what up, Larry? You ready to talk, my friend?
Let's go. Let's talk about it.
Let's go. Tell me what you want to talk about, bro. Let's get this convo going.
It's a topic that I've gotten very serious about for the last probably year.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit more, maybe a year and a half, but I think we will see this happen. We need to see this happen. Is more and more dealers will start to hire and have the position of floor manager. It actually splits, right? The position of the sales manager, right? Because we take the sales manager and we split one part of him off to the desk.
Yep.
And he became the desk manager. And then we never replaced the outside part of that, and that's the floor manager.
Yep.
As we see, I continue to see, close rates in the 40s and even mid 40% range of what comes on the floor. But you guys do still realize that leaves the majority that didn't close, right? While we're beating on our chest, talking about how high we're closing, it's still not the majority. And you've heard me say this before: if the customer is visiting 1.2 stores, You don't want to be the 0.2. So, how do you combat this in an age where the professional salesperson is declining? We hate it. No, none of us want it to happen. None of us like for it to happen, but we all know it is happening.
Yes.
We all know that more and more people are coming into this industry or into salespeople and not being trained well. Some of them are being trained and not being trained well. Some of them aren't being trained at all. Some of them are, so what do you do? How do you get to this point? And I think where you're going to end up is you got to, first of all, realize that, and I think everybody would agree with this, is that the customers here right now, they are the most important customer, period. Bar none, doesn't matter. They're the most important. They're here. They're giving us their time. So they came to us. Therefore, we've got to put equal effort into that customer.
I agree.
And so if I'm having a guy greet that customer or up that customer, depending on what you want to call it, and he's been in the business a week, that guy's going to need help.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who's help him? Because the desk manager, he acts like he's got a ball and chain connected to that desk, and flat ass will not get off of it. I'm way too important right here. Somebody might have a deal. Well, yeah, somebody does have a deal. He's out there on the lot right now. That's a deal. 1.2. You don't want to be the 0.2. Therefore, that is the deal, man. I can get really upset. I can get really animated about this because I do not like the term desk manager. I don't like desk managers that won't come off the desk and will not go help out a salesperson on the floor. I don't like it. It's your job, man. It is your job.
Larry, I couldn't agree more. And I think what happened was when they came up with that name desk manager, it made them go, well, that's where I'm always going to be. I'm not a floor manager. No. And I love what you said there. It's a stupid term. We shouldn't have called them ever a desk manager. It made them do that. It made them feel like that they were entitled to just, no, you close it. You send somebody else. I'll send another salesperson in there. What does that do to the morale of the floor? Crap.
What does it do to the confidence of the people that are bringing you the desk, man?
Amen.
I mean, think about it. If all you can do is write okay deal on a sheet of paper, we got a problem, man. So, I mean, there's a whole host of reasons you don't want to be just a desk manager. But I think more and more often, as we're going to have to put more emphasis on the floor, and you're going to have a floor manager. Now, the floor manager's got to be more than just a floor manager. That really is your floor manager / coach. And I really think I want to change this term, seeing as though terms seem to drive a lot of what we do. I want to change this term to floor coach.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, we're doing it already at PSX. We're going to refer to that person as the floor coach. We're going to change everything. We are already naming it in the system. This is the floor coach. And the floor coach's job is a lot of times, I mean, even back when I started, I was really OJT. I was on job training.
Well, I think 90% of us from our school, OJT.
Yeah. Yeah, we were all OJT. And these guys are OJT too. But they need more help today than we did. I mean, the customers are much more armed. They've got the internet. They expect a different level of salesperson. 1 year salespeople probably can't live up to. So you've got to have that floor coach.
I agree.
In order to be able to not just help them out when they need a TO,
right,
but help them out when what their day should look like. How much outreach have you done today? Are you done with your follow-ups? Have you completed? I mean, what are you doing to get in a daily routine? You should already have a daily routine. We have a daily routine at PSX we teach that works with the system. You should have a daily routine in your store. And that daily routine should guide the new sales guys on what they do. The floor coach is there to help them coach on how they do it. Not what they do, but how they do it. It's so frustrating to me to see dealers who hire salespeople or hire managers, hire managers. And the manager has a process, and the manager goes and puts this process in. Then they hire another manager who comes and puts another process in, and another manager comes and puts another process in. And then you wonder why your sales people say, well, here's a new flavor of the month. I mean, come on, man. It should be your process, Mr. Dealer. Get one and make it yours. And whoever you hire is there to make your process work and improve it, but they're not there to completely change the damn process.
That's right. Man, I tell you, you are hitting it on the, this is a really, really important stuff. Folks, I want to again remind you, if you know some team members out there, some leaders out there, to share this out, let them know to come watch this, because we're talking about a really great subject here, folks. How are you coaching your team? Do you have floor managers or do you have floor coaches? Right. Yeah. And I love the new terminology you're talking about. He has completely shifted up
everywhere.
Floor coach. Because the words matter, just like I talked about desk. When you
put
desk on somebody and made them sit there. But if you call them a floor coach, man, does that feel good? That's something that you get to help people. That's what does coaches do? They coach people through things, right? They help them get better, not just at the beginning, all the way to the end, so that buzzer sounds, right? And to the point where it makes a difference. Well, and here's real quick, we had somebody just join us, folks. We have the one, the only, Mr. Jeff Luce. What's going on, my friend?
What's up, everybody? Sorry, I had the wrong link. Glad to be here.
No, I'm glad you're here too, my friend. Great to have you here. I'm going to get you up on top with me, with the two legends up there going at it right now.
Oh man, I don't know about that.
We're talking about a great product. We're talking about a great idea here that you guys have implemented in your business, the Floor Coach. And I definitely love the idea. I think it's great. I love the change of the name, because if you're going to change to a desk manager, why not change your whole terminology? You folks nationwide, you don't have to call your people sales managers, desk managers, floor managers. You could call them what you want to call them. But I love
they're all coaches.
That's what they
even
are.
The desk manager, the desk coach, if you will.
Amen to that.
The desk coach is helping you with negotiation. That's his job. His job is there to help you with negotiation, help you learn negotiation, help you make your negotiations better with the customer, more customer-centric, more customer-focused. That's their job. They're there to coach you. The floor coach is there to help you coach the floor. What should your day look like? Yes. How can I coach you on a better day, a more productive day? We're changing our company. We're not going to have success managers anymore, or we're going to have success coaches.
I love this.
It's time to stop this nonsense of that. I'm not here to manage you, to do rote or task manage you. I'm here to coach you on what it takes to be successful in my dealership, in my business, and what it takes for you to move up and make the business successful and yourself successful.
That's right. Even Brian Ortega, he knows what's up, and he says such a great term. And Brian, dude, take that with you, man. Pass that on.
Steal it, man. Steal it. Take it with you.
And it's big. It changes the way it goes. They have a great culture over there. I love. It's Valley High Toyota. They kick butt. They have fun at work. They got great leadership there. But man, when you change that term, Brian, it makes a difference. Even so, even if your floor managers are doing what floor coaches are supposed to be doing, you change the name and it'll make sure that everyone knows what they do now. It's a big culture. I love this. I love what we're talking about here. Culture shifts are huge, and words make all the difference.
Words do words do matter. And I will tell you right now, don't get confused. And, to me, a floor coach is like a college football coach, man.
I agree.
Let's be real. They're not here. They're not here to be your friend. They're not here to hold your hand. They're not here to make you feel good. That's not their job. Their job is to coach you on how you do your job the best way and make sure you do your job. Belichick said it best: do your job. Yeah. Just do your job. And they're there to help you understand what that job is and to coach you through getting that job done. But just because your floor coach, gets a little animated with you and has you and maybe raises his voice a bit or her voice a bit because you didn't do something, don't get your feelings hurt. That's a coach's job. That's right. That's a part of it. I mean, and I think we got to, I really want to get into some of that culture, because we're trying to change a lot of culture at PSX. in the dealership to coach, but there's some culture that just doesn't stop. And that is, look, it's a job. When you walk into the door, it is not the company's job to make you feel good. Right? That's not what they're there for.
Yeah, but what make you feel good? Winning, being successful, and having fun while you're there. So it should all
100%
flow together.
Yeah.
You're right, Jeff.
The right process.
Yeah. So, I want to divorce those two things. Feeling good and being coached are not the same thing.
Yeah.
And you feel good when you get coached to success.
Yeah.
And you are in charge of your feelings. So anyway, so the floor coach is one of those things that I 100% think that the entire business has to start shifting to, because we have to realize that, more and more that our salespeople are being put to the level of Best Buy sales guys. Best Buy. We're getting into that level of a retail salesperson, which is really, you met some good retail salespeople, but that's not the type of retail salespeople that I don't have a problem in the world, that kind of retail salesperson helping me out with an $800 and $1,000 phone, not with a $75,000 vehicle. I need a little bit higher retail guy.
Yeah.
Just a shade. Right.
I couldn't agree.
So you have to realize you can't let yourself get pulled into that retail. Your retail people are like Best Buy guys. They're not, and they can't be. They have to put some success, and they have to put they have to put their own time in to learn. But we've got to coach them to get there. You don't have the Best Buy doesn't have retail coaches.
No.
They have people they put in. They train them, but you know what? They train them on their product more than you do.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. I'm going to be honest. I know automotive, as professionals as we are, we're the least trained professionals that get paid a very professional wage. And we don't get trained really well at all. We are just thrown against the wall and hope it sticks. To your point earlier, Larry, and you said something really, really, really good, is that, and this is just being admitting the truth, is that we didn't have the type of customers that the customers have today, or salespeople have today. They're way more ammoed up. They have the weapons. They have tools in their hand that are by far more than anything that we ever had when we were first coming up in this business. Like they just had to go and trust. So we had to build relationships, which is still the key today. Learn how to build relationships. But man, there's no bull crap in it all. This is straight up. You tell them a lie, it's over, right? They know more about the car than you do, just to your point, right? And we are the least trained. So training is not necessarily the key. It's the coaching. And that's why I love what you're saying here, is that there's plenty of training in a lot of dealerships, but it's not intentional, and there's no coaching. There's just, hey, do this, that, and another. Here's a good close, and here's a good word track. Work on it. But there's no coaching after the fact. When I'm a solutionary, right? And with Lou and I, we're the certified solutionaries, and we believe that you not only have to know the way, not only show the way, but you got to go the way with people. There's 3 steps to teach somebody something. They want to know you know it. Of course, you educate them. 2, you got to go and show it to them, but you got to be there with them a few times. You got to coach them. I love this, man. That's why I love this floor coach, this desk coach, this finance coach. All the above should be coaches. And I think that we need to get rid of managers, because the name of the manager makes them go entitlement, right? When you're a coach.
Oh God, yes. Wow. No question.
Because as soon as you hurt, we all seen it. The salesperson who worked their ass off, they do all this, they get into the manager, and now they stop working. I'm a manager now. What are you managing?
Yeah. Back in my day, we called that manageritis.
Yeah. Yeah. Still do call it that. Right. And that's the thing. We got Tony Lucas in the building saying, let's go. What's up, Tony Lucas? Shout out to Casa Auto Group out there in Las Cruces. Let's go in New Mexico, and of course, El Paso. Good friends of mine out there. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, we're talking about some big stuff, and I know that Tony would agree about what you're saying here. He's big about coaching his team, making sure that they all understand what's happening. That's why he has me and Lou in there all the time, and I love that. And he's really big about that, and I love his team. It's a family, and that's what it takes. So Jeff, I know you got some opinions on this. You dropped a couple nuggets a second ago. So what are you thinking, man? I know you're loving the culture over at where you guys are at.
I've got lots of things, but the first thing I was going to say is I've always been very focused on being a servant leader. So whatever your title is, if you're a good manager, you're working for your employees anyway, because your number one job is to get obstacles out of their way. And so one of the things I'm thinking about with this specific talk is that, technology really does offer all kinds of great things, to your point about the information about a vehicle. they are super armed up now. And we've got a lot of vehicles to know they've got one they care about. So, you know, by having the technology where I can click a button, I can get caught up to what they're doing so I don't have to mislead them. So really, you still are just working the relationship, right? And so as our managing coach, his job is to, again, be there, be with us, prop us up, figure out where the objections are, and help us get to the next level where he's at. It's not about titles or any of that nonsense. You know, because what we talk a lot about is, you know, they did 1.2 dealerships when they're going to buy. We don't want to be the 0.2, and that's where the floor manager comes in.
Yeah.
Getting the live TOs and the live coaching and being there. Because that's a hard job. Middle management's tough for anybody because you get it from both sides. I'm in the middle. Yeah. But, you know, those guys in the middle, I was telling Larry yesterday when we were talking about this, they're the litmus for our entire store. So if interest rates are going up, how's that affecting the customers? How do my salespeople feel? What's going on differently? The ownership needs them desperately to tell them what's going on at every level because they're the first person to hear it. And then you can respond to it. What do we need to market to? What are the challenges now? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, that's a tough job. And I'd love for them to feel great about that job and feel like they're a coach, not just taking it for both sides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very true.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we have to, we spend a lot of time talking about the culture that PSX is going to bring, you know, because you're not just going to get a piece of software with us. You're going to get a culture. You're going to get a process. And, you know, you got to be ready for the culture. You got to be ready for the process. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit tough sledding going in, right? Because if you're not ready to take on that culture of I'm going to use the tool to help my management see what's going on and help me, my coaches see what's going on and help me, right? And if the coaches don't take on the tone of I'm going to use the tool to coach my salespeople in the areas where I see that we can help get better, but I've got to know what's going on in each one of those areas. You know, those are the types of things that can be that. This is where friction happens. You get that friction between the sales manager and the salesperson. And you know, we talked about culture a little bit last week, and the culture, you know, the culture that we've promoted in the car business and the power sports business and whatever. Is that own little business within your own little business is, you know, pay your dealer back. We talked about that last week, but that implies that we just, you know, kind of give the tools to the sales staff and just, you know, let them do their thing. Absolutely not.
Heck no.
No, we do not do that. Yeah. I mean, that's how we've operated in the past, and that's how we've set ourselves up. And getting out of that is, you know, we're probably 40% down that road, maybe a little bit more, but not by much. I mean, the best stores have already moved way 60-70% down that road. You know, they've got a process that their salespeople will follow. And they don't get to come in and figure out what their process is going to be. They get to come in and do what our process says it's going to be. And if you want to talk about improvements, well, we'll talk about improvements. But we're not going to come in here and completely revamp our process for you. And we're damn sure not going to leave it up to you. That's just not how it works. So, you know, that's the thing that we got to bust through right now. And it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take a lot of patience, but we're going to get there, right? Yeah. You know, so let's, you know, we might want to transition right now into, you know, realistically, let's give some tactical things. What should a floor manager be looking at, or a floor coach? Even I've got to get out of it, right?
It's hard.
We all got to get out of this. It's so hard. And so what does a floor coach need to be looking at? What is that, you know, what does that look like? And let's state the obvious. You got to know what's going on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, right. And that's easier said than done. Right. So I've got a floor, you know, some of these stores have massive floors and massive lots. And you know, so I've got to know when you're with a customer, period.
Yes.
Now, I don't need to necessarily know who they are, but I do need to know you're with a customer. And I need to know how long that time has been. And I need to know, you know, are we progressing down the road to the sale? Because I don't want to give some other dealer the 0.2 either. So not only don't want to be the 0.2, but I don't want to give you the 0.2 either. So no matter, 100%. So, you know, just knowing what's going on in the floor was the biggest problem we saw when we started building PSX. Is how do you do that? Do you do that with how we've done it in the past? Hire a gal, she's walking around, man in blue hat, talking to Fred, that kind of thing. I mean, we've done that. Every one of us in the car business, every one of us in the power sports business, we've done it to really lay our hands on what's on the floor, because every dealer out there feels like they're not that there's more on that floor than they're seeing. And you know what? You're right.
That's facts. It's exactly right. And you said it exactly. They're right. 100%.
Yeah. There are more. Not only is there more, but there's probably about 5x more than what you think it is today or what's in your system. Mm-hmm. So you got to just start with, how do I get it all on the floor? And then, that was one of the hardest parts that we had to tackle. One of the hardest solutions we had to tackle. We managed to tackle it with one click. Mm-hmm. So we managed to do that. But now that I know you're on the floor, now I got to know the time frame, as a sales manager. So as a floor coach, you should be able to see everyone who's with a customer right now from your phone. Mm. That's where you got to start, because it's got to be on your phone.
Yeah, of course.
Because I don't want a floor coach is a shark. He does not stop moving. He is never, ever, ever at the desk unless he's bringing a deal to the desk. That's the only time I want to see a floor coach at that desk. So he's moving around the floor. He's talking to people, being proactive. He's doing the things on the floor that the sales manager used to do before there was a desk guy. Mm. So he's that floor coach is out on the floor watching what's happening. He's constantly moving, but he's got to be able to see everything that's going on. Then comes the hardest part. So you got to know everything that's on the floor, starting with first, everything that's out there. And you should be able to see this on your phone. That's where you'd want to have it. The second thing you want, and the hardest thing for every salesperson, and if you're a salesperson on this call, I feel your pain, brother. I got to be honest with you. The hardest thing to do is you have to be a 100% TO custom store. If you're going to have a floor coach, you're a 100% TO store. And you got to train your salespeople how to get a TO. Because the worst way to get a TO is this. Hang on one moment. Let me go get my manager.
Oh my God.
I mean, not only if you manage to hold the customer in the store, which I bet you won't, but if you do manage to hold that customer in the store, when you come walking side by side back with your manager to that customer, bad things are going to happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bad things are going to happen, man. So this is never a good look. So, getting a TO was the next super big challenge. But if you're going to have a floor coach, you got to have 100% TO, period. And so if I'm going to have 100% TO, I got to help my salespeople get a TO. Now there are ways to go get the manager, but the hardest part about, TOing is really, as a salesperson, it's against every fiber of my being to leave my customer, especially one who's wanting to go.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, it's like, no.
I mean, so not only, so you want me to you want me to say, hang on, let me go get my manager. And then you want me to leave. None of these things are good. None of this is going to work, man. And so getting that TO is difficult. Leaving that customer, impossible. And so, we had to find out, well, how do we do that? We solved it with a click of the button from your phone. Mm. I can't think of another way to solve that problem.
But
you got to have the silent. Yeah, you need to have the silent TO.
I think that's.
And if you had, and for the sales manager to get that silent TO, that's the bat phone. That, to me, that's the bat signal. It just went up. Mm-hmm. Batman needs to swing in. It's time for Batman to get in there and help close that deal.
Yeah, without
right.
Thing like, I love what that right there alone. What you're talking about, that solution for that problem, my friends, gives you solutions for two problems. One, how do I call for the TO? And two, how do I leave my customer? For one, you don't have to leave your customer, and two, you just got to press a button.
Just press a
I
button.
love that. It's that simple. The thing is, and what I love, and we're briefing over, and we're going to go deeper into it, folks. But let's just start from the beginning again. Knowing when your people are with people, where they're at, what's happening. You know that because they're going to press an easy button says, "Hey, I'm with the customer." No name. I'm with the customer. Because who gives a crap about the name at that point? It's just about, hey, I know that Fred is with a customer on the lot. Keep an eye on him. If I don't hear another alert within X amount of minutes, it's time for me to go take a turn or two. They're going to press a button and they're going to have me go in and I'm going to do a turn. So I'm not going to lose here. This is win. And to talk about the pressure, I love this. The salespeople, you all should be excited about this because those are two things that are like really difficult moments because that's the lot drop moment where I let a customer leave and you're trying to make a lie up at that point. Now you just press a button, no obligation, just press a damn button. And guess what? You got somebody like Larry, somebody like me or Jeff coming in like, hey folks, how you doing? They don't even know they don't even know it's a TO. That's the best part. They just think there's somebody who wants to just say hello to them. Right. And next thing you know, it's a car deal.
Yeah.
I love it.
And the same thing on the whole clock thing from the beginning. So you tap the button, 10 minutes in, if I haven't collected more information, if my sales manager isn't floating around, he's going to be at his desk possibly. Oh, I'm alerted that, hey, it might start to get dicey. I can go stand around there, make myself available. So what a great coaching training moment to have clarity to what's really going on and before the deal gets skated. Very intuitive, very easy to use. And as a rookie sales guy, I mean, I think it's a blessing. Coaching all day long because I don't know the information. I can easily access somebody to come over easily without having to get them.
Yeah, exactly. Or even a veteran. I mean, there's times where we're like, I'm too proud to go in and do this.
Yeah.
I just got to press a button and then use what I have available. I have a floor coach that will come in and help coach this customer into purchasing a car, help coach me on what I need to say. Veteran, new, I think what's cool is at least for me as a veteran, I don't have any shame in my game. It's about moving that metal, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm on the floor and I got stuck somewhere, I'm not going to be all proud to ask for help. I'm like, button, quicker than I would have when I was a year in. When I was a year in, I thought I knew everything already, right? I think all of us thought we knew everything a year in. So it's good. It's great.
You have a moment of clarity where you don't want to know everything.
No, and
I want to learn everything. Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to know everything that you want to learn. You want to learn everything. But make no mistake about it. Yeah.
I know where to get answers, right? I know how to get the answers, and I know people who know the answers. And that's all that people really want you to be able to provide for them.
Yeah.
So I love it.
I mean, that was all of this was the kind of the revelations for myself and the team that when we started building PSX, we're like, I've already built some really cool technology, and cool technology is fun, but how do we solve problems? And the floor up problem, the TO problem, these things are problems and they're really hard. Even if you have, like I said, even if you have the best word track in the world to get it to leave the customer, you still have to leave them and to go find the salesperson. And this it isn't working. So, I love the TO button. The TO button is one of those things that's the cavalry coming, man. Circle the wagons. We got the cavalry coming. I wish I could make it do that little trumpet sound when you pushed it as the salesperson, as the floor coach gets closer, you can hear the trumpet sounding. That would be awesome.
Well, you do that for the load for the coach, not necessarily for the guy standing with the customer, because that's just the
probably not.
Hey, it's coming. It's coming.
The cavalry's coming. The cavalry's coming, right? But it would be awesome. But anyway, so getting that TO now is so simple and something that we have to you have to do. As a dealership, find a way. Whether you use us, you don't use it, doesn't matter. Find a way. 100% TO. That is your goal.
There's not an owner or a GM we've ever talked to that says, nope, I don't want to be a 100 TO store, but they have no earthly idea how to get there. I mean, so again, building software to solutions, I mean, it's genius. I mean, it's the coolest thing I've seen in software in a long time.
It's a tracking. It's accountable. You don't even have to ask. You can look. You see how you can tell this salesperson never got a TO. What's going on? As an owner, you can look at, hey, floor managers, what are you doing? You had 5 salespeople last week that had people that you never even took a turn on. They left. What's going on? And it's great because as an owner, you can't coach every salesperson. You coach the floor managers or the floor coach.
Floor coach. I'm coaching. I'm the head coach. The floor coach is he's my defensive. He's my offensive line coach.
I love this. I'm really loving this. When I was a salesperson, when I was at the last dealership I was at, we called our salespeople car buying coaches because that's what they did. They coached people through the car buying process. And I don't use that terminology anymore because I leave that at the last dealership. But the idea of that is exactly what you're talking about here. So that's why this is hitting home for me big time.
Yeah.
You know, and this is why, folks, just so you know, why Car Guy Coffee and Certified Solutionaries teamed up with Larry, because we love this product. We heard about it. He told us about it. We're like, what? This is amazing. Like, I know as a floor general, a floor manager, that you're not, that maybe you don't want this because you're so caught up in your entitled job. But as a floor coach, you all want it, don't you, coaches? So if you're a coach out there, man, reach out. There's a website down there. I'm telling you, this is phenomenal stuff, people. Whether you're motorsports, whether you're at a dealership, whatever that needs a CRM right now, reach out. Because I'm telling you, you're missing deals. Your salespeople, your management team are letting stuff walk out the door and they don't track it. So you don't really know what's walking out your door. And like Larry said, it's probably 5 times the amount that they're actually showing you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, your CRM can't be a CRM anymore. It has to be CRM and sales automation. It has to be both. You can't have a CRM that just collects customer data and tells you something about a customer. It has to actually help you facilitate a process, automate that process, make that process faster, easier, better for your salespeople to use. Otherwise, you're not getting the data you need. You're not collecting the data you need. There's so many things that you're missing. So, but getting back to the floor coach, his job, is to know. We talked about it. Know what's on the floor. Make sure I'm ready to take it. I am spot on ready to take a TO. And then, then the next thing that that a good floor coach, we believe, and we've seen it happen, and I did this in my stores, is appointments for the day. And are they confirmed? Not did you text them and confirm them, not did the system text and confirm, PSX texts them and confirms with the system. Did you get on the phone and confirm the appointment? It's a hell of a lot harder to tell than it is to tell the system, nah, I'm not coming. Get on the phone. And when they do tell you no, you can immediately reappoint. If I just confirm over text or I just confirm, I can't immediately reappoint the customer, and you have to. Right then and there.
Yep.
So are they confirmed by you, the salesperson who is the person that needs to do it? Are they confirmed or not? And if they're not, okay, let's get them confirmed this morning. Let's go. Right now. That's first thing in the morning. Look at my appointments for the day. Are they confirmed? And I better not walk out. 30 minutes into the day, I should already have all my appointments confirmed. We're done. One way or another. So confirmed appointments, definitely one of those places that the floor coach needs to stay on top of. Now, the next one is where the coaching really comes in. How much outreach have you done for the day? Who have you called? Who have you texted? Who have you emailed? How much outreach have you done? When you're not with a customer, you should be trying to get with a customer. That is your sole purpose for being as a salesperson. Talk to customers, either on the floor, on the phone, through text, or through email, but talk to customers. If you ain't talking to customers, you are not being productive as a salesperson. You're not.
I hope that's not a light bulb moment for you guys out there and gals.
God, I hope you're not
like, oh, is that right? I didn't know. Like, I hope you all understand this, right? This is like, the more people you talk to, the more cars you sell. I mean, it's as simple as that. I don't get it. It's a simple math.
It doesn't get any simpler.
So literally the brilliance of how PSX is built with Alma, the digital assistant, automating 80% of all the stuff guys don't like to do. So if you think about it from this point of view, the ability to work low-hanging fruit and new opportunities is what you're doing. So if it's a new opportunity within a week, we know they're going to buy a car most likely, or a power sports vehicle. Let's get on top of that one and get excited and cover them up with love. And the ones that are 2 or 3 weeks old and we got to re-kick the dirt off, let Alma work on that for 2 years on your behalf. This is such a culture change to let technology really do the heavy lifting in a defined, well way with contextual-driven messaging, et cetera. But to let you work on what you love, making money, selling something today, and follow up with things today.
So if you're a floor coach out there, if you're looking to be a floor coach, if you're looking to institute a floor coach, however you're looking to do it, on outreach, you need to be able to be at that salesperson's desk, listen to those calls that they've made, help them understand what the goal of the call is. We did in our speed to lead study. It was funny. 85% of customers said they didn't get what they needed. And what they wanted was car pricing, trade pricing, payments. I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but that's what they wanted. Answer the question. Don't try to dance around the question. Don't try to do the Mexican hat dance around the question. Just call them up and answer the damn question.
Yep.
The more you try to shuck and jive around it, the less confidence that customer has in you. You're not likely to see them. Just answer the question. And that's where your sales, your floor coach, that's what he should be doing. Your floor coach should be on that with you, listening to those calls, saying, hey, look, here's how I would have answered that question. Here's how I would help with that question. This is the way I would take that question. This is what I would have said that would have made a difference here. And that salesperson is getting coached on the job. So we're going to call this KJ or CJT. Okay. Yeah, CJT. Coach job training. Job coaching. Okay, yeah. Wait, on the job coaching.
Well, as you
OJC. Yeah, done.
You know what?
Yeah.
But Larry, that coaching moment. I mean, at the end of the day,
I want to hear that chant. And wonder if we can get that going at NIADA. Can we get that going at NIADA? OJC. OJC.
You know what? Let's make T-shirts with that on the back. OJC. You know what?
I like that idea.
Designs made up. We're going to do that. Folks, be looking for those. Come to his booth at NIADA. It's going to be a powerful booth. I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of energy there and some T-shirts that say OJC. That's right.
On the job coaching.
So to that point, though, I mean, the first thing we have to sell, and the only thing that sets us apart at a dealership is ourselves. So by listening and learning and getting coaching on how to really have that conversation, give them the information they're looking for, become a resource. That's where it all starts, because you can't separate yourself with price and the vehicles, and everybody has that stuff. All you have is yourself, and that's what you need to get coached on. It's how you create that relationship and drive them in.
This is some great information, folks.
I mean, you think about on-the-job coaching. When you think about that, if you're a high school football player and you go to the University of Georgia, Alabama, I assure you, everything you thought you knew, you will forget. Everything you thought you knew about football is changed. You will get on the job coaching right then and there.
Nonstop. And that's the thing, even in the game, that's like, I want you coaches out there on the floor, you managers, you need to think about this. Listen, when you watch a football game, they're still coaching. They're coaching him through every play. They're talking them through. They're coaching him after the play, before the play, putting him in timeouts and huddles. They're making sure that everybody is understanding what the game mission is at all moments. It's so crucial. And if you don't think that a car deal is that crucial, then you're in the wrong business. It is. Every deal matters, and your salespeople's morale. If you guys get around this and you understand that if you coach your people, it's always a good day. They leave there with something that benefits them, makes them better, that everybody gets a turn. When you don't take a turn for one of your salespeople just that one time, do you know how much faith they lose in you? Tons.
A lot.
Tons.
100%.
Or when you talk, it is. So
that's on the job coaching right there. That's on the job coaching right there.
That is. And I love this. This is what I'm talking about. OJC, my friends. If you're down with OJC, you know me. Let's go.
I wrote it down. We're looking for T-shirts.
We're on the job coaching for sure. We're doing it.
This is going to be it, because it's going to be all about the coaching, and that's the theme of the rest of the year, folks. Coaching. So coach your staff, coach yourself, and be a coach. Be the best, and help people, not just before the deal. Help them all the way after the deal. Show them what they did right, even when they come back and they're like, they sell a car. Say, hey man, you did a great job. Tell them all the great things they did. Show that off. Show that to others. That's what coaches do, man. Game ball goes to that person. Today you got the game ball. Right, let's go. Let's coach.
Yeah,
I love this.
I mean, here we got professional football teams train and practice every day. So the guy in your store that tells you he doesn't need the practice, that's the guy he's got to get off the bus.
He does. He's gonna have
One
to
of
go.
my favorite sayings from Nick Saban. My job is to figure out who gets on the bus and who gets off the bus, and where the seats and where everybody sits on the bus. That's your job. So that's the guy, you got to get him off the bus.
Yeah, 100%. You put one bad seed, it'll rot everything. So important, folks. So don't give people leeway because they sold a few cars for you. No. You're a team, you're a coach, and they follow what coach says. They're not the coach, right? And guarantee people who are like that, they don't want to be a coach. So do you need them? No, you don't. it should be a team effort. I love this. And this has been a great subject, folks, today. This is what it's all about. Floor coaching. Just take away that manager position, that name, and put coach inside of it, folks, and it'll change the way that your dealership runs.
It will. It will. So
I love
the three things to recap what a floor coach needs. What's going on the floor?
What's going on the floor?
What's going on the floor? TO. That is your job.
Mm-hmm.
And outreach. Mm-hmm. How much outreach is going on, and the quality of that outreach, be it a phone, email, or text. How are your salespeople doing that? Those are the three things that a coach can do. And if you can get a coach to do those three things and do them really well, that will improve your sales more than any $100,000 worth of advertising will ever do for you. Ever in a minute.
And I second that. And I know Jeff thirds that, because I'm telling you right now, this is all real stuff. And I know any of you real coaches out there would be like right now, probably jumping up and down going, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Why? This is everything. And it is. The successful dealerships in this country right now are doing exactly what he's saying. They're coaching their staffs. They're working with their staffs. They're not letting their staffs make it happen. They're helping their staffs make it happen. Right. Because it is, they have to do the job still. But you know what, about human beings, they won't do it unless they're coached through it. And if they don't know how to do it, they're going to just not do it. So be there. It's the only way that they're going to grow, folks. And that's the way we do our children. It's the way we do coaches do any sports. We should be doing that as professionals in automotive industry, so that our dealerships, you as owners, you as general managers, run the best ships that you guys have. Be the best, be coaches, and grow. Jeff, you got any last words before we get out of here today, my friend?
I was just going to add a tiny thing to that, is that, those are the three baseline stable points to build on. But then I think about all the things that dovetail from that, like that desk log. And I hear GMs going in and really digging in, listening to the calls and saying, hey, why do you got that scheduled 3 days down in advance? They need to be in now. And this is what you need to tell them. There's so much robust information. Once you get beyond the three basics, start there. Oh, but man, there's so much you could do to help your guys out. I'm excited. I love it.
That's another can of worms right there that you're talking about. And that's truth. That's what coaches do. You don't assume that they're doing the calls the right way. Go in and sit in front of them. They'll get better. Oh, yeah, they'll get better. And
listen to the calls.
When you listen to a call, a lot of times it's just them changing what they said and putting more urgency in the call, and they could have got the appointment in the same day. It's just they pushed it off. And a lot of times you'll hear salespeople, to your point, you'll hear salespeople push it off because they're just scared. They just don't know. But if you coach them and show them what to say at that moment, they'll get it better, and your deals will come in faster and a lot easier. Great point, Jeff. Great point.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't have to say. I mean, there are non-technological ways to sit there and listen to a customer, be on the phone there. But technology just makes that faster, because every outbound call you have should be recorded. Every inbound call you have should be recorded. I mean, yes. I mean, if that's not happening in your CRM, in the customer record, then you're just behind the times, man. I mean, there's so much that's going on today. It's hard to keep up. And how do you coach off? How do I coach off that? I mean, we can't go back and replay it. I can't. There's just so many things I can't do sitting in front of you that I could do better if I had the technology to call. So please make sure you record every inbound call, every outbound call. Please make sure your CRM that goes into your CRM record. Better if it's transcribed. Better if it's transcribed, summarized, and then turned around and analyzed, and for the customer's name, email address, and mobile number if it's an inbound call, so they can get it. So you can get that in the customer record if they didn't catch it coming in. There's a lot of nuances, as Jeff said. You can start getting deeper and deeper into how the technology can help you make this better, faster, stronger. But at the end of the day, let's start with the basics.
Yeah.
Do you know every?
It's the fundamentals all the
time. Good takeaways.
You get all those fundamentals down, you do it the right way, and then everything else can build on top. But if you don't get those fundamentals down, folks, everything, just like a foundation in a house that's not built right, it'll fall down on you. Get those fundamentals right. That's all you have to do.
Make those fundamentals yours, Mr. Dealer, not your GMs, not your GSMs. Make it yours. If you want to get with your GSM and your GM involved, and they tell you what it is, you agree with it. But no matter who comes in and out of those positions, no matter how that works, it has to always be yours.
Amen.
Hey,
Amen.
all those owners and GMs out there, don't be afraid to be a coach yourselves.
100%. Yeah.
Trickle down. Attitude reflects leadership. Let's go, guys. Let's coach.
Let's coach. Well, that's it right there, folks. Make sure you get out there. You do some OJC out there, and you get that on the job. And you guys do it right. Change your mindset. Change the words in your dealership. Hold people accountable, but do it with some fun and be consistent with the folks. Some really great tips here today. I hope you guys took some notes. If not, watch this on the replay. Check it out. This is going to be on podcast. There's going to be a lot. This thing's going to be cut up. There was a lot of great nuggets in this show, folks. So be looking for all that stuff. Be looking for some of the stuff we've already done. I know that there's going to be some things dropping here really soon. So be looking for that. If you guys have any questions about how to do this better, for one, you could always reach out to Lou or I. But I'm going to tell you right now, folks, if you guys go onto their website and you check it out, set up a demo. Go to psxdigital.com. Make sure you guys set it up. Reach out to them. Contact them. They'll be happy to go over all this stuff. And that costs absolutely no money, folks. Just a little bit of your time that can actually save tons of your time if you guys do it right now. I love it. Or if you want to, just email Larry. Say, hey, Larry, I like what you are talking about over here. Larry@motoix.com. Reach out to him, and he'll be happy to help you guys out. Folks, you guys know there's only one thing left to do, Larry, right? And Jeff, we got to forgive.
We may have to modify that a little bit. I'm gonna add a modification when we go.
Go ahead.
Oh, was I off on something there? My bad.
No. You're good. I'm talking about the close, man. Let's go ahead and close.
Let's forgive, focus, and fly and get out of here, y'all. On the count of 3, hands on your shoulder. 1, 2, 3. Forgive. Focus.
And fly.
Keep growing. But
growing,
you know what?
and coaching and growing and coaching and
OJC.
All right, y'all. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate it, everybody. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace.
See you guys.
Have a great day.